Welcome back, and today we're talking about Noblesse, episode 4. So like always, let's just jump into it. So we are 4 episodes into Noblesse, and I have to say, so far, we really haven't gotten any exciting moments when it comes to this anime. Like, I had a complete different outlook for when they announced this anime because I knew, one, that the main character, Rai, which at this point, it doesn't even seem like he's the main character. I don't even think he showed up on screen once, maybe for like 10 seconds. But I thought it was going to be about Rai fighting some very OP characters. And, Rai just showing us how OP he is with your usual, 1v1 fights with people that are more of the same power level, just so we can be kept entertained. And, Rai just doesn't, one-shot everything in his area. That's what I thought I was coming into when Noblesse got announced. And really what we got is more like a school simulator. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? It's not bad because I do like some of the characters. Now, when it comes to like the main characters, I really don't care about like the red hair guy. Heck, I don't even remember his name, but I do care about Frankenstein. I would love to know more about his past. I would like to know more about Rai's past, back when he was, hundreds and hundreds years ago. I would like to know more about Regis and Seida. Those are the characters that I care about. I necessarily don't really care about the students. I feel like the students are really just there as a plot device to get kidnapped. So Rai and Regis, Sierra, Frankenstein, the OP characters will kind of go up against the Union and save the kids, right? Because if you think about it, in this episode, the students got kidnapped once again. Now, this is the second time in 5 episodes that they get kidnapped, and that's just absurd, okay? Because they just keep doing the same thing. So what's going to happen about, 4 or 5 episodes later? Are they just going to get kidnapped again, and it's just going to repeat the process? Who knows? But overall, I wouldn't say this anime is necessarily bad, right? Some of the characters are great. In this episode, we kind of focus on the Union side of the anime, right? We got to see more about Takeo, he's the purple hair guy, and also Tao, the hacker. We see that M21 was captured, he was being tortured by a shark, and the leader of the group, Kranz, kind of made a deal. He said, you know what, if you give us the information about the coffin, the information that we need, we'll give you the information that he's after. M21 wants to know who his friends are, who the experiment, the names of all those comrades that he had that passed away because of the Union. He just wants to get their name, and Tao can get that pretty easily. He's a great hacker, and the little conversation that he had with Manabu was pretty awesome as well, because I think they're setting up like a betrayal. I think whenever these 2 different groups clash, like whenever Rai, Regis, and Seida, Frankenstein, whenever they fight the elite members of the Union, so we're talking about Kranz, Shark, that dude that eats food, whenever that fight goes on, I feel like the only people that are going to survive is going to be Takeo and Tao, because the way they're setting up those characters right now, they're setting up those characters like the good guys, right? Like Tao, he was talking about Manabu, how the people that he's with don't really appreciate his talents, right? The talent that he has for hacking, they're just, making fun of him, kind of order him around like he's beneath them, when really he's a very helpful part of the group. So there's some resentment right there with the group, right? Some divide where Tao just doesn't see eye to eye with the other members, except Takeo. Takeo is more like, he cares about, he has like a code system, right? Where we see he doesn't kill kids, he doesn't kill women. I feel like his sister was kidnapped, right? Tao kind of hinted at it whenever he offered to find his sister. He did mention, does the Union have your sister? Because why else would Takeo be doing all of this, right? Why would he be going on missions and killing innocent people or something along those lines, right? We know he didn't kill women or children, so he has like an honor code. But why would Takeo be in this organization? I feel like, those people have their own goals that they're trying to achieve. And it might be true that Takeo's sister has been kidnapped by the Union and they're forcing him to do all this different stuff. That could be a possibility. He just doesn't want to admit it. But I do feel like Takeo will be on the good side. Like, I feel like Takeo and Tao are going to be the 2 characters from that organization that are going to betray the group and fight along with Rai, Regis, and all of them, because it just makes sense. I think that's what they were setting up in this episode. And I do like those 2 characters. I really hope we learn more about those 2 characters before the big fight happens. Now, this episode, we did get a little cool fight, right? We did get to see how Regis and how powerful he really is. Now, I don't think he would have struggled against Shark. Honestly, if it wasn't for those students getting kidnapped, once again, I feel like Regis would have been able to take care of those two goons fairly easily, right? So we see that Regis is somewhat very, very powerful. I mean, he wasn't really struggling at all. Now, he is still kind of salty about M21, but he doesn't know the truth. So once the truth comes out, the M21 never really betrayed them. And, once he wakes up and he sees just how down all these, how they're torturing M21 and how he sacrificed his life so, the students will be safe, so Regis will be safe, then I think he's going to have a different outlook on M21. But this is the perfect scenario, right? Because now M21 is captured, 2 students are captured, and Regis is captured. So what does that mean? That means that in the next couple of episodes, we are possibly going to see Rye and Frankenstein kind of come in, and of course Sierra. Maybe Sierra is a lot more powerful than Regis, right? That would be kind of like a neat little trick where we think that Regis is like the leader of the little group that he has with Sierra, but really Sierra is the top dog. That would be kind of nice because we haven't seen her in action. She's just kind of always in the background, just standing there. So, this is going to definitely have Rye, Frankenstein, and Sierra come in to rescue their friends, and it's going to go down. And hopefully, the animation is on a whole different level because so far in the fights that we got, the animation has been okay, right? It has been okay. And from the first 4 episodes that we gotten, it kind of doesn't need to have great animation just yet. But we're about 1/3 of the way in this anime, and we haven't really gotten any great action fights. We haven't really gotten to see Rai in action. So it's about time. It's about time. And I'm pretty sure whenever this group of the Union gets defeated, along with Tao and Tekio, if they join the good guys, I'm sure there's more powerful members of the Union. Again, we don't even know what the Union is yet, right? It's still like a mysterious organization. We know they've been doing some experiments, and they got to the M21 level. I can't even imagine, what's the best thing they got. They probably have some very powerful people. And I would like to see another type of Noblesse, right? Where they can go even out with Rai. Because trust me, when we see Rai in action, there's not going to be a contest. Rai is just going to wipe the floor with whoever is in front of him. But overall, a good episode. Honestly, my only kind of negative thing is that the lack of action. And that just could be because of the false, impression that I had on the show whenever it started. I honestly thought it was going to be more action heavy, but that's okay. Not every anime has to have a lot of action, a lot of fights. This is fun. I like the characters that are in here, so I'm enjoying it. But let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments down below. And like always, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.